Sorry, that's what one prominent conservative says the political right is facing in the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's murder. Jack Posobiec, a close friend of Kirk's, is talking to CNN about who could lead the movement that Kirk helped to build and how Republicans should respond to Kirk's murder.
You know, word around town that his wife is going to carry on the mantle. And I mean, I think she's going to probably step in and start doing the show. You never know. I mean, she might actually be good at it because, you know, it's his wife. I mean, you know, us guys, you do share a lot of things with our girls, a lot of ideas. If you're around your girl long enough, she damn near becomes your mini-me. It'd be like that.
Murder. Mina Durson is out front.
I think the worst possible way to remember Charlie would be to turn these lights off. That this is his life's work.
Charlie Kirk's podcast continued on Friday without him.
All right, welcome back to the Charlie Kirk Show. We're remembering our friend Charlie Kirk.
His friend and Turning Point contributor Jack Posobiec sat in his studio, leaving Kirk's chair open as a tribute. How do you fill this void?
Well, like, everybody's got to step up, and there's no replacement for Charlie Kirk.
Posobiec is a leading voice in right-wing media, where some of his peers were quick to call Kirk's assassination an act of war.
Charlie Kirk's a casualty of war.
Do you think we're at war?
My friend's in a box right now, and it wasn't an accident.
Are we facing a civil war?
Well, there's no question that we're clearly facing asymmetric civil warfare. One of the key aspects of that is political assassinations. That being said, the idea that we're going to
And here's the thing. What the hell does a civil war even look like? Who's really even willing to get radical to take out Donald Trump? Who's like, and we're talking about the guys who don't even believe in the Second Amendment. So these guys don't even have guns to carry out their radical ideology. Well, most of them, most liberals, most Dems who hate Donald Trump, I mean, they're anti-Second Amendment. So they don't even really have the guns to carry this out. I mean, unless they're the radical trans or, I mean, let's be real, a Democrat in a red state. Hey, I mean, of course they can get their hands on guns. I mean, we all know that. But the problem is, though, their belief system is that, hey, guns cause violence and all that, and they choose not to have one. It is what it is. I'm not saying that all Democrats are like that, because I got some Dems on here that have their guns. I mean, they might have more guns than me.
You know, classic Civil War scenario. I hope and I pray that doesn't happen.
Outside headquarters for the past
Yeah, me
days,
too.
a steady stream of fans have
I'll tell you right now, liberals, you are not ready. You are not ready for the conservative crowd who've been loading up guns longer than you guys been bitching about them. I mean, we got guys who've been, like I said, loading up, playing with guns for long as you guys been bitching about them. You want to go to war with a party that's pro-gun? You want to have a civil war with a party that's pro-gun? We got all the marksmen in the world. We got most of the military guys on our side. We got most of the tough guys on our side because you guys promote soft men. I mean, you think you're going to beat us? That's why we don't even want to fight you guys. Like, let's be real. And your fellow Americans, why we want to fight you? I mean, what would be the point of taking an easy win? I mean, that's not fun. But hey, shout out to Guest Duty says the real leftists are as armed as Dave, S.E.T, and you need to understand this. Leftists are heavily armed to the teeth. I mean, now when we see with the trans shooter heavily armed, this kid heavily armed. So you know what? Due to what I've been seeing, I mean, I know what, it's really hard for me to argue it, but I would like to say that most leftists I know hate guns and don't have it, but except for the extremists who want to go out there and do something.
come to pay their respects.
This was a really heartless act, and I feel.
But if we going off all the examples we see online, I mean, hey, guess you got a point, but I don't know. In my anecdotal experience, admittedly, most leftists I know don't have a gun.
I feel so sad, and I feel like when we're trying to be silenced, we need to come together as a whole and be a family.
Do you feel any responsibility to help bring the temperature down?
And shout out Mandy, I appreciate you, sis. She says, thank God for S.E.T, you are level-headed. Hey, I try to be. I try not to let anything radicalize me, and I try not to let anybody get me to hate a group of people. That's the one thing I will never let the media do to me again, is to hate a group of people. Never again.
In this political discourse?
I want people to be safe. But if you're someone who is part of a group that is fanning the flames of violence, that is encouraging this or celebrating this, then that's absolutely something that we have to tamp down 100%.
The governor this morning was describing the suspect having this family dinner. This is what the governor said. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate.
Wow.
I mean, it's from that person's perspective, Charlie Kirk represented everything they hated.
Yep.
He loved debate. He loved just talking things out. It's what he lived for. It's what he died doing.
And he's a straight white Christian male that has a family that's heavily conservative. Like, I mean, yeah, he was everything that the left told you to fear.
And this idea that, you know, Charlie is there, the one spreading this. No, he's got it completely backwards.
Now Turning Point and the conservative right have to figure out where their movement goes from here.
I think we're at an inflection point right now. Just because you see an influencer online, just because you get mad at something they said in a 10-second clip, that doesn't mean that you have to go and pick up a rifle and shoot them. That instead, as a country, that should mean, you know, come up with a better argument.
Yeah, and close friends have spoken to news officials or news outlets and said that, yo, he's a pretty far left-leaning guy. Yes, people who went to school with this guy, friends of him pretty much said, yeah, this guy's a pretty left-leaning guy. And people were shocked that he took this approach, because I'm pretty sure this guy probably had like friends who were conservatives, seeing that he was in a mostly conservative area. I'm pretty sure he had friends who were conservative, but he probably just believed that, oh, it's Trump and Kirk that are brainwashing my friends. That's why they got to go. Like, you know, the radical mindset.
And we are at Turning Point headquarters here in Phoenix, where people have continued to show up these past few days with flowers and tributes for Charlie. And his wife, Erica, is expected to speak from inside in about 45 minutes, which would make her first public address, you know, since this tragedy occurred on Wednesday. So that is what we are expecting people to continue to wait for here. Aaron.
Yeah, Mina, thank you very much. And such an important and interesting conversation with Jack Posobiec. David Axelrod is out front now. And David, you know, this language about being at war and obviously, you know, you hear the frustration and very somber words there from Jack Posobiec, but you heard others who were inflamed and immediately firebombing, right? Alex Jones among them, right? Talking about being at war. How dangerous is this moment?
I mean, that boy Alex Jones was crying on camera, bro. I mean, I felt bad. I mean, the boy was crying on camera. That man was tearing up. Shout out Parabolic Curvature. Shout out to Pierce County Sheriff Office. Pierce County Sheriff Office and SWAT. Wait, was that the guys who got him? Well, shoot, shout out to any law enforcement, really. I mean, shout out to any law enforcement. You know me, over here at S.E.T Media, we love law enforcement. Even though law enforcement don't always treat us the best, but hey, small minority.
Right? And you're looking at it in the context of having lived through a moment of political assassinations in America that are hard for many to understand when you look at JFK and RFK and Martin Luther King Jr., all, you know, happening in the same time frame.
Yeah, I remember that era. I was a kid, but I remember it very clearly, and it felt like the world was coming apart. And we were able to navigate our way through that. I think it's harder now in part because the media environment is such that it is inflaming. I mean, we don't know the whole story about what provoked this young man to do what he did. It is kind of a perverse answer to if you think someone is disseminating hate, the idea that you should go out and kill that person is a perverse answer to that. But obviously he lived in a world that we don't entirely understand. But, you know, listening to the interview there, I was thinking about the fact that, yes, it is tragic that Charlie Kirk, a young man with a family who is out there expressing himself, whether you agree with what he was saying or not, is dead today, and the whole world watched his cold-blooded murder. That is terrible,
man.
It is, and he
like,
is.
It was literally a modern day RFK, like JFK. Sorry, Like, it was a Kennedy moment. It was a JFK moment. Like, we literally saw a highly recognized political figure offed on television. I mean, for all to see, for the whole world to see. I mean, this is going to live in infamy. We'll always be able to go back on X or some archive and be able to see Charlie Kirk get assassinated with as much clarity as we've seen JFK get assassinated. That's what's even worse. I mean, back in the day, the quality wasn't all that good, because trust me, the quality was good back in JFK. You'd have seen the man's head explode in real time if the quality was that good in the JFK. Trust me, it'd have been way worse than Charlie Kirk. But in modern times, we could see Charlie Kirk in HD in all forms of high definition getting shot. And I mean, it's disturbing, but it's the times that we live in.
As described in a box. It's terrible that Melissa Hortman, the legislator from Minnesota, and her husband are dead today. It was terrible that a police officer outside the CDC was killed, and because someone sprayed the building with. We have a problem in this country, and it's not going to be solved by throwing around words like war, which suggests that there's some legitimacy to picking up weapons. That can't be the answer.
No. Well, the word war being thrown around quite loosely in multiple contexts in this country right now. But from Republicans, we heard two different messages just today, two different ones. Okay. First, Utah Governor Spencer Cox.
We can return violence with violence. We can return hate with hate. And that's the problem with political violence, is it metastasizes, because we can always point the finger at the other side. And at some point, we have to find an off-ramp, or it's going to get much, much worse.
Or we understand that this is all part of the elite's way to divide us. I mean, almost every situation that's happened so far within these last couple of weeks have been radicalizing, like, situations, like the trans shooter. Now people are talking about taking guns away from trans people. Like, well, if you're a trans, we're gonna count that as a mental illness and you can't get a gun, which honestly I'm kind of for. Like, if you want to argue that against me, I'm willing to hear the arguments, but right now I'm kind of for it. And then, of course, we got the black guy stabbing the white girl on the train. That radicalized a lot of people. That was absolutely crazy. And then, of course, Charlie Kirk's assassination. I mean, all this does is divide us, and we can't let it happen, because let's be real. At a certain point, this seems manufactured. All this stuff happening, all this discourse going on to try to divide us. I mean, they've done it so many times before. Hopefully we don't fall for it again.
Okay, so that's the governor of Utah. President Trump is very different. He was asked by a Fox anchor about violence on the far left and far right. The question actually was phrased including both. Okay, so in that context, he answers a question about how to bring the country back. As the president of the United States, he answers it this way.
The radicals on the right oftentimes are radical because they don't want to see crime. The radicals on the left are the problem, and they're vicious, and they're horrible, and they're politically savvy.
You mentioned Melissa Hortman, of course. Someone poses a police officer showed up at her house in the middle of the night and assassinated her husband.
Yep. I mean, yeah, we talked about Melissa Hortman, and the problem about Melissa Hortman was, well, I mean, there's a lot of like mystery with that killer, and there's a lot going on with that guy as well. I mean, the whole story is just off. But y'all try to bring up Melissa Hortman when I asked y'all, name an influential person on the left wing that's been shot, because you got shot at Trump and you shot at Charlie Kirk. We got two already that you guys have pretty much shown a hatred and pretty much been violent against. Where have we done that to you guys? I mean, tell me who. Tell me. The left wing, the left-leaning political pundit that everybody knows around the world, or at least across the United States, that has been harmed, that's got shot. Please tell me.
What do you make, and what does it mean? What does it mean that the president of the United States in this moment chooses to conduct himself in that way and use those words?
You know, Aaron, I listened to the Governor Cox of Utah and his words today, which I thought were magnificent and completely appropriate. And I thought, this is the message that you want to hear from the president of the United States. He is the influencer in chief. He has more impact on people's actions than anyone. And it's not just now Aaron, that he refers to all his political opponents and a whole political party as radical left lunatics, sick, evil, who hate our country. Those messages matter. Words matter. They're not just tactics for political advantage. They influence people, especially when you have the platform of the president. What you want in this kind of a very difficult period is you want your president to be a force for understanding, for reconciliation. And that's what we've seen in the past from Republicans and Democrats, but it's not how this president has approached this.
No, it's not how he's approaching it now, but as you say, a very different view from the Republican.
Now, let's be real. The rhetoric given by you guys is what Trump believes that got him shot. The rhetoric by the left is what believe that got Charlie Kirk shot. It's kind of crazy how you're going here expecting the president to speak out for you guys and call for peace when you guys also showed y'all teeth to him as well. I mean, come on now. You guys are trying to ask for peace when you guys have been nothing but, well, violent. It is what it is. But all right, guys, let's get into a bit of a far right commentary. Let's get into Myron.
Charlie was doing what I was doing. Same thing. Going right to the heart of the liberalism plague that's going on nowadays, which is almost always incubated in college universities all across America. Can debate the ideas. First day of the tour, had to take him out with everybody watching. And they celebrated he's dead. The tour last year was wildly successful. People came out, people watched. He changed a lot of minds, got a lot of people to the voter polls. People that otherwise would have probably never voted for Trump did. People that never thought of themselves as conservatives became conservatives. That's dangerous to them. The radical leftists, the people of the alphabet community, the stupid BLM members, Antifa, they're losing the narrative. These people, right? These progressives or these people that disagree with our political ideology, they want us gone. And not only do they want us gone, they want us gone and eradicated. Because the reality is simply this, and this is the cold hard reality that I've realized about leftists over the past 24 hours. They cannot actually debate our ideas.
Nope.
They know that their ideology cannot withstand the crucible of a debate. They know this. So instead of
they can't debate without having like bad faith. Yeah, they can't debate without being bad faith. They can't debate without being insulting, and they can't debate without trying to talk over you the whole time. Because the only time they feel like they can be right is if they just don't let you talk. I mean, and they found a new way instead of just talking over you, they shoot you. So hey, strategy change.
Having discourse, they kill us, they attack us, they censor us because they know that they're wrong. Charlie was doing what I was doing. Same thing. Going right to the heart of the liberalism plague that's going on nowadays, which is almost always incubated in college universities all across America. This is where the leftist indoctrination thrives. He was touring the country, making these college students look like retards. And to be honest with you guys, he was doing it a lot more politely than I am.
Yep. The most polite. I mean, like, bro, this man Myron, nowhere near as nice as Charlie. I don't think anybody's gonna be as nice as Charlie Kirk. Steven Crowder is the one who started this, and he wasn't as nice as Charlie Kirk. So you guys, literally, Charlie Kirk was the best one for you guys. Like the Dems, if you guys wanted to have anybody to talk to, that was your guy. And you said that he was spreading hate. You said that he was hateful. You said that he was a fascist when he was the most, like, I'm gonna be real with you. In terms of the rhetoric, most watered down among us, the most peaceful one among us. And you took him out. Oh man, trust me. I mean, you've only left yourselves now to the, I guess, the more hardened of MAGA. Because honestly, Charlie Kirk handled you guys with kid gloves. We gonna handle y'all with UFC gloves or bare knuckle.
A lot more politely, with far more decorum.
All right, and shout out to my man Hellbat. He says, Cox is the name. Cox is the game. Bad name there. Cox is the name. Cox is the game. Bad name there. Yeah, I agree. But shout out to my man. Let's see who it is. Guess dude. He said, war is the result of diplomacy breaking down. So if they can't win in a debate and still want something, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, that's right. True. If they feel like they can't talk to us, they think they need to get violent with us. But the thing is, like, in America, the fight is supposed to be at the booth. The fight is supposed to be whose words can captivate or whose ideas can captivate the most people to get them to vote for me. That's supposed to be the battle that we're facing. The sad thing is that they lost that battle. Now they're acting like sore losers, and now they're trying to pretty much do whatever. Now they're trying to get to some extremes or take on some extremes to get their way. It's sad, but it is what it is.
I was not nice at all. I'm way meaner.
No, facts.
right? And they still shot him. Polite, kind, God-fearing, has a family, making these guys look like retards. Can't debate the ideas. First day of the tour, had to take him out with everybody watching. And they celebrated he's dead. But then I realized they're not celebrating just because they're sick in the head. That's just one of the reasons. The real reason they're celebrating is because he was too effective.
True.
He was too effective. The tour last year was wildly successful.
Yep.
People came out.
He was too successful. The tour last year won the presidential election. They were probably scared, going like, bro, if we let this guy keep going, these guys might win the midterms. I mean, guys, we might be losing seats if we let this man, Charlie Kirk, keep cooking us. He got to go. I mean, I could see where they got around and say, yeah, he got to go because he won. He pretty much won the presidential election. Who's to say he might not win this guy to midterms?
People watched. He changed a lot of minds, got a lot of people to the voter polls. People that otherwise would have probably never voted for Trump did. People that never thought of themselves as conservatives became conservatives.
Facts.
That's dangerous to them. That's dangerous because not only were the adults and the people that have higher IQ starting to realize, damn.
I mean, here's the thing. I never really did consider myself a conservative until I started hearing out what MAGA was talking about. And I was like, damn, all right, family. All right, supposed to be for the American people. Shit, chill on the immigration. I mean, dang, I thought I was a liberal, but I guess the liberal party left me a long time ago. I mean, here's the thing. The liberals, the left, the 90s, the ones in the 90s, they were MAGA. They pretty much thought exactly like MAGA. As Guest Dude said, we're the liberals. MAGA's the liberals now. And the left, I mean, they're their own little thing. I mean, they try to hide behind the label of liberals, but they're not.
The conservative ideology just tends to make a little bit more sense. He was starting to change the narrative for the young people as well. He was starting to go to these college campuses and change discourse. They couldn't have that. So not only do they celebrate his death because they're sick in the head, I wouldn't celebrate even Mario Worst's enemy's death. I told y'all before, if someone shot Kamala Harris tomorrow, I would be one of the first people to condemn that shooting, and I'd say we need to go find the perpetrator responsible. Why? Because her political ideology does not change the fact that she's a human being with a family. If Joe Biden passed away,
and that's a fact. It's like, dog, I don't care what y'all think about Kamala Harris. I don't care if you hate her ideology. You touch one hair on that woman's head, we got a problem.
Someone attacked him or assassinated him, I'd be one of the first people saying we need to go find that piece of shit. Why? Because he's an American president, former president.
Facts.
But for some odd reason,
same with Biden. If anybody was to touch Biden, I would be outraged too. Touch Kamala Harris, I'd be outraged. I mean, if they touch Brian Taylor, David Pacman, if any one of them was to face any type of violence from anybody on the MAGA side, I would immediately condemn it.
And these on the other aisle don't give us the same level of humanity. And I'm realizing why. They're losing the battle and they know they are. So the only way that they're going to win this battle is by killing us. That's why. The radical leftists, the people of the alphabet community, the stupid BLM members, Antifa, they're losing the narrative. They're realizing that George Floyd wasn't a saint. They're realizing that people that identify as the T word have probably something wrong with them mentally. They're realizing that feminism was a monumental failure. They're realizing that men and women are just different. This wokeism culture, this leftist culture, this ideology of tolerance for anything but standing for nothing, they're realizing it was a failure. And guys like Charlie were some of the trailblazers to show them it's a failure. Real time by going into the hornet's nest and debating these weirdo leftists. On their playground, by the way, their home turf, going in there making them look stupid. So what did they do? Hey, we got to take him out. We can't debate this guy. He keeps making us look stupid.
I mean, we can't debate him. He makes us look stupid. He damn near goes overseas. He goes overseas to Oxford to make the UK liberal look stupid. So he's making liberals look stupid around the world. We can't have this. Like, I could see where the huge plot against Charlie Kirk and them pretty much putting him on a dartboard. Why? Because, bro, if this man keeps going, he could change elections in different countries. He already did one in America, the most powerful country in the world. What else could this guy do? He might bring people over to Christ and conservatism at the same time. We got countries changing leaders just off the word of Charlie Kirk at a certain point. Like, yeah, he could have became that powerful of a voice. The man could have been president in about, 4 years? He was 31. 4 years broke and ran for president.
He's showing up to our home base, aka college universities, and making the students who are supposed to be educated look like morons. So what do? Oh, we got to take them out. And you got these weirdos celebrating. And like I said before, they're not just celebrating because they're sick in the head. They're also celebrating because they think they killed an ideology. They think that there's not going to be others to stand up and carry the torch.
Wrong.
They think they got the narrative, but they didn't. They don't. Guys like me and others are going to continue to do what Charlie was doing, go to these college campuses, talk to these indoctrinated idiots, and wake them up.
I mean, Myron, if you're about to do that, dog, man, you better get one of them blast shields, bro. You need to get one of them blast shields. Keep yourself safe, G, because we don't want it happening to you. I mean, I don't even, if you're a guy on the left who's finally going to go out there and start debating students, like, I don't know, at conservative colleges, maybe if y'all hop up out of y'all echo chambers and do the same, you know what? I would hope that you guys protect yourselves as well. Get a blast shield. Make sure your security is good, please.
Because once you leave a college campus, life starts to hit you really hard because they're in a coddled, secure, safe campus area and they don't understand the realities of the world.
Nope.
And I'm telling you guys, this is someone who went to a very good school in Boston, Massachusetts, Northeastern University. Super woke, super left. So I understand how these people think. Very well.
Yeah.
It's a poison, this mindset. And the very side that's supposed to be the most, tolerant isn't tolerant whatsoever. It's nuts.
Yeah, and I could say this, they lost the culture with that one. I'm gonna say that right now. What the left did right now with Charlie Kirk, I mean, this might have been the nail in y'all coffin. Y'all don't even know it. I mean, when come midterms, who want to vote for the people that celebrates a fellow American's death? I mean, who want to be on that party? Like, let's keep it 100. Who wants to be on that party? Not I.
Until they actually listen to what we're saying, stop calling us Nazis, stop demonizing us for having.
Oh yeah, but let's go ahead and get on to Crowder and Megyn Kelly. Shout out to these two. And shout out Mandy. She says Charlie Kirk was off because he said a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and stop killing your babies. I mean, literally. He tried to just stand up for unalive, stand up for unborn fetuses, stand up for Christ, and then also just stand up for women's spaces. I mean, you would think this man would be champion. You would think he would, like, I don't know, not get a bullet, but I don't know, maybe like a punch to the face. That's cool. But a bullet is crazy, guys. This is what don't make sense. And here's the thing. These are just positions. A man is a man, a woman is a woman. How does that hurt you? How does that spreading hate? By just stating a fact. Stop killing your babies through abortion because we have low birth rates, and we just can't run off with the idea of, well, we have low birth rates, but let's just replace us with immigrants. I mean, yeah, you argued that too. I thought we'd be for that. The American people having more kids, so we don't need illegals or immigrants to replace us. But for some reason, instead of the Dems trying to create an atmosphere like that, they want to create an atmosphere where illegals can come in to replace us. Instead of trying to fix the American family or make things more affordable for the American family. You remember we spent 4 years doing that bullshit?
Completely within the mainstream thoughts about these hot button issues. Yeah, fuck them.
There are people out there, Megyn, who believe that you performed a minstrel show. There are people out there who believe that you would kill every single last transgender you could. And those people, if given a shot, would take it.
I mean, and Leo said the same thing, though. Leo said the same thing. He said that there are literally people on the left who literally think that if some of these guys like Charlie got in power, that they would be the end of their life, that they would come out and try to kill them or end their very way of life. And they thought that they were killing that. They thought that they were stopping that. They thought that they were stopping somebody who was trying to preach for their end of their life, which was extremely untrue. It lets you know that they never really heard Charlie Kirk, or they never came to that conclusion. But when you just hear what the left says about somebody, never go hear what they say themselves, you get a pretty tailored image of somebody, a very tailored image.
Host of the Megyn Kelly Show on X at Megyn Kelly. Let's talk about this with someone who's been around for a long time as well, Megyn Kelly. Hey, Megyn, how are you?
Oh, Stephen, I'm hanging in there. How about you?
Same. What are your
and shout out Ruby Rose. She says, thank you for your critical thinking. We are Charlie. Amen. Amen.
thoughts?
It's funny. Shout out to my man Maine. He started off with that one.
Of you're someone who's done this, obviously been in more traditional media, Fox News, and when you're working at Main Network, and now on independent media. I don't call it new media anymore. It's just media. So you've been here a long time. Is this something that's completely unexpected to you, or have you sensed this shift too and saw, unfortunately, something like this happening?
Well, I mean, the threat profile has gone up for a lot of people who do what we do. I know you've experienced that. So have I. So have a lot of people who are doing it. But that doesn't change the fact that this feels like a before and after moment. That I don't know, with President Trump, it's not that you expected an assassination attempt on him, but we have seen that with political figures before and presidents before. I just don't remember anything like this, where one of our most prominent public thought leaders, who's not a politician, who's not running for office, who's just commenting on news and cultural events, has been shot down for doing that. There's no question now, in the wake of your reporting this morning, your exclusive, now matched ultimately by the Wall Street Journal too, that he was killed for his thoughts. He was killed for his speech. It's just so un-American and disgusting. And now we're going to go through this pointless cycle of the left trying to say it's right-wing rhetoric that has caused these problems. And we're all going to sit on the right like, what in the actual F are you talking about? And my gut feeling today is I'm not even interested in them. I don't even give two shits what they have to say. I couldn't care less. It's all about us and how we feel and what we're.
And shout out to my man Drum King. He says Charlie Kirk was not a perfect man. He was a kind-hearted man who spoke with reason. I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. Man, Charlie, boy. Let me go ahead and read that one over. I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. Man, Charlie Kirk. I mean, I like how you pulled that one up, my friend. I definitely love how you pulled that one up. But yeah, he wasn't a perfect man. And trust me, there was things that, there's a lot of things I disagree with Charlie Kirk on. But I would say this, in terms, it was like 80% of the stuff I agree with the man on. 80%. And even on the stuff that I vehemently disagreed with him on, I'm never going to sit here and say he deserved to die for those beliefs. Like, me and him had trust me, if me and Charlie Kirk sat down right now and talked about Israel, we'd be going back and forth in an argument. But I'm never going to sit there and be like, well, you should die because of this opinion. No. And I've actually been seeing that all over Twitter. That, oh, well, he didn't think this way about the Palestinians and Gaza, so he deserved to die. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. And the fucked up part is I agree with y'all, but I'm never going to sit there and say he deserved to die for that. No, I do believe he had the wrong opinions on it. I do believe he had the wrong idea what was going on, but does he deserve to die though? No. You never know. He could have got brought around to the light. You never know. Now we'll never get to see.
We're going to do next.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's, for me, it's black and white. As much grace as possible for those on the right now, because emotions are high, and I see some people playing gotcha. Let's really avoid that. And zero grace for the left. None. Assume the worst of intentions going forward now. That's my opinion. Did you see just today that this just happened? Did you see CNN's coverage just now of the
cultural issues?
Cultural issues. Yeah.
That's what liars they are. That's what it's like everyone knows, at this point that they're so irrelevant and there's just a dead medium. It just doesn't work, and they're not trusted, and they have no ratings, and they have no one special. But I mean,
that's true. Y'all have nobody special. And I was saying it. Who y'all got? Who do y'all got that's influential on Charlie Kirk's level that's gotten shot at? Or, but who do you guys got even on Charlie Kirk's level? Can you name somebody? I could maybe name some of y'all hard hitters. Brian Tyler. He's not as influential as Charlie Kirk. He didn't even convert more people than Charlie Kirk, but he's there. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You guys got some decent pundits, but they're not as influential as ours. Period, point blank. They're not as influential as ours. And Charlie Kirk was the top guy. And I'm gonna be real with you. If you guys had some hard-hitting pundits, then we would know. Because maybe you guys would be out there just trying to debate people instead of hiding in y'all echo chambers. And it's kind of crazy how you try to say that we were the party of an echo chamber when we got literally one of the main guys in the party going out there to debate y'all. But where are you guys? Where are you guys, though? Why don't you pull up to the hood and, I don't know, debate us since you know so much about the black people and what we go through? Democrats, why don't you go to the mostly conservative college and debate them? Liberals, Democrats, for real, no, do so and stop being cowards. Because our guy was out there on the front line not being a coward. He got shot for it. I wonder if you got the same fortitude. I wonder if you got the same testicular fortitude that Kirk did. Where your balls
so close to this, you want to be part of the problem? So close. It hasn't even been 24 hours and you want to lean into being part of the problem? Like, we get the reveal, thanks to you, of what the motivation is, and that's where you want to go with it? You want to pretend it's something other than what it is? That's how we got here.
Yeah.
That's how we got into this mess. They are not going to be part of any solution.
No, they're not. There's no common ground. There's fighting back. And I said, this has been my change. And I know that we don't agree on all political issues, by the way, and I think that's why it's good for you to be here. 5 years ago, if someone were to say, you know what? And again, I've been very clear before you came on the show, not condoning, not supporting violence of any, just going out, not. But 5 years ago, if someone said, man, it looks like it's blood in the streets time and we really have to, I would have been, whoa, that's a little bit sharp. That's a little radical.
Yeah.
And not supporting and not condoning it today, when someone says it seems like there's blood in the streets and it's inevitable, I go, you know what? There are other ways, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Does that seem extreme to you? It doesn't seem irrational to me, because our blood has been all over the streets for a long time. And until someone dies, they don't give a shit. They excuse it.
I know you're not rooting for it, and I'm not rooting for it either. You're saying, as a practical matter, wouldn't that be the next logical thing to expect, given how angry the right is, how victimized the right has been? I mean, truly, the left loves to play the victim. They love it when they're not. They invent fake ailments, disorders, etc., and claim victimization of white privilege and white anti-black racism all the time when it doesn't exist. We actually are being victimized. There's no other word for what happened to Charlie Kirk.
And trust me, I mean, people want to try to call Charlie Kirk a racist. That was the last thing that man was. The last thing Charlie Kirk was a racist. I mean, he literally has a foundation for black conservatives, a black leadership conservative youth group. He's literally trying to help young black men trying to gain footing in the black conservative conservative network. Like, trying to get them platforms, so they can get some money in their pocket. He tried to help them out with different programs and stuff to get them into training. And I mean, he's doing more for, bro was doing more for black people than the Dems ever was. I'm be honest with you. That shit was sad. When I seen a black guy literally said his brother has more soul than this guy literally has more soul than a lot of brothers that pretend like they are out here for us. He's not lying. Charlie Kirk is honestly acted more of an ally to the black community than black liberals.
Yesterday,
hunted.
And I'm going to give anybody their props. Anybody who sits there and work with the black youth, because those are the guys who need it the most. That's how you change the future of the black community, by messing with the black youth. And Charlie Kirk understood that. The Dems didn't. The only people they want to prop up were their own liberal whites. No offense, white people, but hey, come on now. We can't pretend like we ain't noticed it. Like, everybody that they propped up on their side, everybody. But we can't call them racist, though. I mean, but y'all only giving big money to the white people. We can't call y'all racist, though. I mean, Charlie Kirk out here trying to put the brothers on, but he's the racist. Oh, hell nah, man. Y'all got the whole game effed up.
He was hunted, and they victimized his beautiful wife.
And shout out to my man H3. Yeah, he says he was waking up to Israel and was telling friends he was scared Israel would kill him if he stopped supporting them. You know what? I was hearing about that, but I need to confirm it. And shout out, but I do need to confirm that, because I ain't gonna lie though. I always just say Charlie Kirk aligning with Israel just don't seem right. I'm like, dog. But hey, he had his stances. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. He has kind of like a loyalty to Israel, because a lot of people who helped him with Turning Point are, well,
wife and their beautiful children, and all of us who loved him. and his message. That's actual victimization, a word I hate, but it happens to apply here. But they don't see it. They don't see it. Like, I have had some people on the left reach out to me and say, I hope you're doing okay. I'm sorry. And whatever. I appreciate the sentiment, but like, until they actually listen to us, until they actually listen to what we're saying, stop calling us Nazis, stop demonizing us for having completely within the mainstream thoughts about these hot button issues. Yeah, fuck them. Like, what good does that do? It reminds me of when John Lennon was shot and his assassin was asked about it, and he said he was sorry. And I think it might have been Walter Cronkite, but it was one like serious newsman came on the TV afterward, and his first reaction, which was very rare for the time because they didn't express their feelings openly at the time, was, and what good does that do?
Yeah.
And honestly, that's the feeling I'm having in response to almost all of those sentiments today.
Yeah. I got a couple of those texts. I got one from somebody who was actively involved with the doxing of the house where my children sleep. Hope you're safe.
Oh, come on. Stop it.
Yeah. That's what we live through.
All right, now I did find where everybody's kind of getting this idea that Israel took out Charlie Kirk, which I doubt. I'm gonna be honest with you, I doubt it because that was like their strongest guy that was promoting them. But you never know. But let's watch this video to see where people are kind of getting this idea from. Literally 48 hours before he was assassinated, Charlie Kirk asked some critical questions.
And one thing a friend said to me, interestingly, which is, okay, Charlie, we've pushed back against the media on COVID, on lockdowns, on Ukraine, on the border, so like maybe we should also ask a question: is the media totally presenting the truth when it comes to Israel? Just a question. That maybe we shouldn't believe everything the media says, because I know I've been conditioned to ask a lot more critical questions over the last couple of years. So then some people would accuse Israel of wanting to ethnically cleanse.
And pretty much Benjamin Netanyahu pretty much wrote out a post. Charlie Kirk was murdered for speaking truth and defending freedom, a lion-hearted friend of Israel. He fought the lies and stood tall for Judeo-Christian civilization. I spoke to him only 2 weeks ago and invited him to Israel. Sadly, that visit will not take place. We lost an incredible human being. His boundless pride in America and his valiant belief in free speech will leave a lasting impact. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. And this came from Benjamin Netanyahu. So, I mean, hey. I may not like the bastard, but at least he gave good words to my man Charlie. I don't like the bastard, but at least he gave good words.
And that's what I know you lived through. I mean, I hope it's not a sore spot, but I've talked about you. It's just another microcosm with you and your people saying that Megyn Kelly's a white supremacist. You're Diana Ross coming. I go, do you realize that she was talking about girls who were fans at Halloween back in the day, dressing up as Diana Ross because they loved her? And she was saying, isn't that something? Like, that's not racist, and she was made to be a white supremacist for that. Here's the thing: that drip. There are people out there, Megyn, who believe that you performed a minstrel show. There are people out there who believe that you would kill every.
And shout out to guest who's like, that's a fair point. Doxing is better than, so pretty much greater than the left doxing like crazy. Why? Because they know they have weaponized insanity on their side, like Tyler and Luigi. I mean. You know what? I would just say that whole Luigi Mangione thing, like, you can't be celebrating a guy killing a CEO just because you guys hate the healthcare system. Like, I hate the healthcare system too. I hate how these guys run things too, but I'm not going to take a father away from his kids. It's like, that's exactly what Luigi Mangione did. A father, I mean, kids, a wife and a kid will no longer see their father because of what Luigi Mangione did. And you're okay with that? Like, that's what I'm saying. You guys sound like, I'm going to be real with you, retarded, idiotic, and honestly evil-hearted. Like, that's some evil stuff right there. To ignore the fact that this man was a father, had kids, wife, and all that. He had a family too, and that don't matter because of what? His job. Now he just deserves to die. You're gonna champion the killer. Like, that's not what the American people, that's not what we do. But I mean, that's what radicals do.
Every single last transgender you could, and those people, if given a shot, would take it. They'd take it. And that's where we are.
Infuriating. That
And shout out to my man, guest student, all to the supporters, man. Y'all done open up that call-in line. Give me about 5 minutes to go ahead and post the call-in tab, guys. Well, call-in link. Appreciate the support, guys.
They do it with impunity, and they're never going to stop doing it. They don't care how many people they hurt. They have an agenda that they serve, and they serve it like a Satan's disciple. I mean, they'll never stop. They look what they did to John McCain. Look what they did to Mitt Romney.
I mean, there's no walking it back for them. They didn't went too far in the ideology.
Look what they do to Donald Trump, who honestly is more of a Democrat than any Republican president we've ever had.
Yeah.
Right. And that it's still not good enough. It doesn't matter. They're celebrating on the left. I don't even have a stomach to go on Blue Sky and see what they're saying right now.
Bro, Blue Sky is literally like, it's pretty much the cowards. Like, they're all cowards over there at Blue Sky because they ran away from X because of the political discourse, because they couldn't dominate Twitter like they did back in the day, where they just get to take down all right-leaning opinions and be able to dominate Twitter with their rhetoric. As soon as that was taken away from them, they did the most cowardly thing and run to another website where they can go unopposed and say whatever the hell they want. It's just sad and pathetic.
About Charlie, I don't understand the lack of humanity in these people, and they're not going to stop. Like that instinct that we saw on MSNBC between Katie Tur and Matthew Dowd to dehumanize Charlie, literally within moments of him nearly getting his head blown off. I don't understand what that is. That's not human. Those are not two human people I can relate to or understand in any way. There's no getting along with them. There's only defeating them. That's all there is. That can be the only mission right now.
You're right. And you know what? This act of violence against Charlie, and I'm not saying that there's a silver lining anywhere in any of this, but I will say that's an admission that they've lost, the left. It's an admission that they lost the war of ideas, and so this is what they resort to, and they do it because they're evil. If they're taking out someone who's sitting at a table expressing ideas, that means they know that they can't win on ideas.
Yeah.
That's what I understand. And I do understand that people are evil. I think, I came up under the tutelage of Breitbart. I was always, comedy clubs and an online guy. And you just have to fight. These people they don't care. They don't care. There is true evil. Doesn't mean all people who vote Democrats, but people in the media, the people you're describing, the way I understand it is they have a heart of evil. And that's where I'm at. And I know you have a heart out, but please tell me that you are doing everything that you can to be safe. And this is the frog jumping out of the boiling water. But I really do hope that everyone out there who has a profile is very cautious right now, because this person is still out there.
I know. Thank you, Stephen. And honestly, when I saw truly the motivation behind this
was released before he was caught, but I mean, that does put a bit of a, I ain't gonna lie, put a bit of a spotlight on a lot of guys. And the problem is, like, so what? You tell me we got to be very cautious when we go out there and talk in front of these liberals because somebody might shoot us? And who's to say that somebody's not gonna be more prepared? Like guys like Myron, or if I go out there, we're not gonna come out there with the full security like Charlie Kirk. Somebody can just run up with a pistol and catch us lacking. And of course, I'll have mine as well. But I mean, if we both shoot each other, I mean, shit, I still get hurt. So yeah, this is a bit disappointing. And the problem is I don't even want it to happen to liberals. I don't want it to happen to liberals. I just want liberals to understand that it hasn't happened to you guys at all. None of your best political pundits have been shot at or have been shot at and killed. So I see you guys trying to say, oh, you guys are going off hysterics. No, we're not. The president almost got killed, got nicked in the ear by a bullet, and then Charlie Kirk took one to the neck. And you want to tell us that we're being hysterical when you guys have nobody on your side who's went through this at all? Nobody on your side. Bro, cut the bullshit. And shout out to my man H3I. Have you watched Charlie's interview with Megan talking about Israel? I have not. I definitely have not watched that one. But I did hear that they were cutting a bit deep into it. And